What's going on, people? Welcome to the morning view. Welcome to United View. Smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. We've got plenty to talk about this morning. But before we start, like up the thing. Just straight away, straight off the bat. We are late view this morning. Apologies. That is on me. Again, 2 days in a row. Accountability. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm picking up KG's habits. And you know what? Like I said yesterday, I'll say it again today. This isn't about KG. This is about me, and I need to do better. I need to do better. I'm not even gonna mention KG's name. It's me, and I need to do better. This is on me. I apologize. But please like the video. And actually, yeah, we are gonna start pushing this now. Road to 150k.
Yeah,
Road to 150k. We're gonna make that a thing, community. So if you're just joining in, and if you're just new to the channel, or if you've been here for the last 10 months, like a lot of you have, last 11 months since we started, members. And just the channel in general, which is 2 years old. When are we 2? In June. Wow.
yeah, June. Yeah,
next month we'll be 2 years old. That's insane. Time flies. We're still a baby though.
You're still a baby.
Nah, do you know what? We've done a lot for only.
You're still baby.
We're just a big baby. But yeah. Baby. 150k incoming. Big up Rich as well. Big up to you, bro. I see you in the comments. Yeah, so we're on that road, man. 150k. So every show now we're gonna start pushing that road to 150k. Let's get there, man. It'd be brilliant. But we got to start with this Neymar thing, right?
Yeah,
we got to start with this Neymar thing. We're saying surely not. Let's get this started. This isn't some propaganda thing of like no one said this. This has been a thing yesterday, quite strong. Then it was squashed.
Yeah.
And then we're like, you know, then it's like this balance of who's right. So, Owen, what have we got? Because surely Neymar ain't coming Man United, and we're going to get into this.
So this was, it is a fascinating one, it must be said, because of where it comes from and how quickly it was debunked, or certainly strong. It was strong both ways, really. That's why it was so interesting. Now, we finished the full view about 7 p.m. yesterday, and these reports came out literally pretty much as soon as we click the end stream or end broadcast button. Bang, it came out from L'Equipe in France, which must be said, big outlet, big reputable outlet, particularly when it comes to French teams, PSG. If they're talking about it, there might be something in it. So they said talks between PSG and Manchester United have started for Neymar Jr. PSG would prefer to sell Neymar, but they may accept an offer from Manchester United of a loan with or without an option to buy with salary support. It was then also said that Neymar's Brazilian teammate Casemiro is pushing hard to convince Neymar to sign for Manchester United next season. So rightfully so, at the time everyone went, whoa, like this isn't just, you know, some nobody saying that Neymar's coming to United. It's a big, reputable French outlet. That's significant. Now, there always have been these sort of fringe links, haven't there, to Neymar and United, because we maybe be the only club stupid enough, really, to afford his wages. And he's a marquee franchise player, sort of signing that. Certainly in the Woodward era, that would make a lot of sense, wouldn't it? Well, it wouldn't make sense, but to him, from a commercial point of view, it would make sense. So everyone went, whoa, that's come out of nowhere. That's, again, that looks like it could be real. But then very, very quickly, and when I say very quickly, I mean, I'm talking about just maybe 10 or 15 minutes later, after those reports came out, it was reported by Mark Ogden from ESPN that Manchester United are not currently pursuing a deal for Neymar Jr. It was then also reported by Julien Laurens, of course, a French-based journalist, very reputable himself, works for the likes of ESPN, he's done BT, RMC Sport, all over the place. And he's also, as I mentioned, ESPN, saying there is no truth in the report linking Neymar to Manchester United. So what you've got, Flex, is you've got essentially two outlets, one in L'Equipe in France, saying that these talks are real and they're happening and they're ongoing and a loan and possibly with or without an option to buy and all this kind of stuff. And then you've got another outlet in ESPN, which one of them is of another French-based journalist saying nothing in it. It's a complete lie. And knowing how these things kind of work, and this is just my opinion before I go to you, this felt like, to me, reports go out there that Neymar's going to United, and then United find out that those reports out there, they go, No, we're not. We are to cut that one off straight away. We are not going for Neymar because on the face of it, it makes no sense because we cannot talk about how, what's the budget like for the summer? We don't know if we've got any money, takeover stuff, etc., and then go and get Neymar, which like from if we were to buy him, which I don't think we would anyway, but that would be a big transfer fee, you would think. But even if not, the wages alone would be astronomical. It just doesn't make any sense. What did you think, Fleck? And the thing is, as well, Fleck, he's muted, and that's the problem, you know.
There you go. There you go. Sorry, I wanted to make sure when I was sipping my water, you couldn't hear me slurping away, and I forgot to unmute it. Part of the football ability thing, because what can happen in things like this, yeah, is not look at things how we need to look at it, yeah. So someone can say, "Oh, what? So what? Yeah, you want Kane up front? Oh, yeah, but you don't want Neymar? Oh, yeah, no." Part of the footballing ability. Oh, you got Rashford on the left. What? You wouldn't want? We wouldn't want Neymar cutting in. You want Sancho instead, do you? Yeah. Park the footballing ability. Yeah. Stop that. Look at our economic climate. Look at what we're trying to build, and look at the mistakes we've made in the past. Neymar is a beautiful footballer. Yeah. To the point where actually this back end of Neymar, I say back end, this period of Neymar has kind of somewhat tainted what an amazing footballer he actually is because of the whole PSG stuff, and he gets injured, and you know that Harlem Globetrotters vibe over there at PSG.
The money.
He doesn't have. Say that again.
The money,
and all of that stuff. It taints what an amazing footballer he is. And actually, again, going back to the World Cup, it was really good to go to the World Cup because again, I got to see firsthand some bits of magic where you go, listen. These are still top guys, yeah? They'll make any team better. However, look at the mistakes we've made in the past. And I'm not saying that Neymar is finished like how Ronaldo is finished. But we've got to, as a club, resist the temptation for these big marquee superstars when our team's not even anywhere near built. You know, people like Neymar, I don't think you can build a team around at this stage when your team's like ours. You know, you have to, they're like cherry on top signings when you've got a good basis, you know, you've got money to put in around that, and you're stable and you're somewhat of a Galactico club, or, you know, you're at that level. Man United are not at that level. We're not. Like, you can say, but we're Man United, our badge, we can afford him, this is what it is. Like, but we literally just made a mistake with Ronaldo 2 years ago. I know it's like he was part of our club and it's the love story. And listen, I was right there with every single one of you. And maybe not every single, maybe some of you didn't want Ronaldo, but 98% of us all lost our minds that Friday or whatever day it was in that Oli presser. We lost our minds. It was that, what's that? Is that Jonah, that meme when he's like doing that thing?
Jonah Hill, yeah.
Yeah, it was that. It was, yeah. Oh my God. I couldn't believe it. I was driving back from Sky Sports in the car. And my heart was pounding. He's coming back. Oh my God. But
I remember I did the press conference.
Yeah, exactly.
I did the press conference. And the way, you know what it's like when they do their coverage of it, and he just sort of went, Cristiano knows what we think of him. And it just literally went, dun. And then everyone went. And
it was like, did he just say, what? He said, Ronaldo's, and then straight after it was like contacts have been made with Ronaldo, and it went bam, 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 bam. It was crazy. And you know what? Although it ended horribly, and I know if you had the chance to go back and change it, kind of going on to Ronaldo here, but if you had the chance to go back and change it, you could argue that you would because of how it ended. But actually, no, not at all. See, King says there. So look, Flex, you're being a hypocrite because just yesterday you were saying, let's get a 30-year-old Kane. What's the difference? The difference is that Kane is not a superstar that is going to overshadow the whole team, and he's not going to get anywhere near what Neymar is gonna get. And also, I don't know if you've realized, King, T'Challa, we need a number 9.
Yeah, the difference is what we need.
If you wanna go and get something that we don't need and blow all of our money on that, then good thing you're not in charge of the club.
Well, and also as well,
do you want more stopgap FC up front? Do you want to get Neymar and put him in a 10 or on the left, and then we just have another season of Martial not fit and have to go and get Weghorst? What do you want?
And also as well, like, we've got Neymar. Where's he play? Left, on the left, yeah.
Yeah,
We're gonna get another left winger when we need a striker, and just because it's Neymar, and because I've seen that, but you're saying you're so pro Harry Kane and you're so anti Neymar or anti this signing. It's British bias, and that is like it's not though. Yeah. It's not.
Get me Hoyland, get me Vlahovic, get me Osimhen. Yeah. I'm not saying it has to be.
I'm not saying that, but it's just again. If we were to, even if we got Neymar on a loan, right? Because I couldn't see United buying Neymar or anything. If this deal were to happen, which I don't think it will, but if this deal were to happen, it most likely would be a loan. Even that would be this huge amount of money taken out of the wage budget. Because let's face it, Neymar's not coming to United on loan for at least, I don't even know what his contract is at PSG. Let me have a look, because I'm sure it's massive. Right, but he's probably not coming to United.
It's got to be no less than 500-600k a week.
Yeah, it's got to be something like that.
It has to be.
And even if United, superstar. And even if United go, we're not going to do all of it. Even a partial amount is still probably like close to 400. Right, that's how crazy it is, and it's not value for money, particularly when we don't have that money to spend. And people then you can say, well, is Harry Kane value for money? Yes. Yeah. He is value for money because you know what you're getting. Neymar at the moment, you don't know what you're getting. Like you said, great player, obviously. But for that kind of money, you've got to be looking for sure things. And he's not a sure thing. And, you say, why are PSG? Why have PSG decided that they want to get rid of him? Because they've realized you can't, this idea of let's just bring together these sort of franchise players and put them into a team, it doesn't work. We know that. We've tried that. Whether it is Falcao, whether it's Di Maria, whether it's Sanchez, whether it's whoever, let's bring in these big players. It'll work. It doesn't work like that. You have to have a team. It's about the team. It's about the collective. And it's almost like, it's almost anti-Ten Hag, really, because I'd just be really surprised if Eric Ten Hag wanted Neymar in his team. I feel like Ten Hag, and even because it's particularly after this season with the Ronaldo thing, I know they're not exactly the same, Ronaldo and Neymar, but I just think after this season, Ten Hag will be like, you know what, these big, really, really big personalities, I just don't. They just might not be worth it for where we are right now. I need people that I think he might be able to manage, and might not think they're bigger than the manager or something like that. And I just don't think that's where we need to be going at the moment.
Yeah, and like this is what the community is about. This is good, King T'Challa. He says, I'm not saying I want Neymar, but your theories just have to align. I don't know how to not. Like what I'm saying it really clearly, bro. I'm saying Neymar is a complete different kettle of fish to Harry Kane in position and ability as a footballer and what we need, and as global superstar. Where we are right now, bringing in Neymar, I think could be one of the worst things we could possibly do. With where we are, considering the budget that we've actually got as well, by the way. And someone says, oh, but you got Jadon Sancho on 350k a week. Yeah, we do. Guess what? That's a mistake. He shouldn't be on that. He shouldn't be on that. But obviously he is on it now. So what do you do? Then load it more and then get someone on 800 grand a week. Why? I don't understand how bringing in Neymar will help Man United in the long run. Now, don't get me wrong. Like I said, he can do amazing things. Prime 14, 15 Neymar, stupid player. Ridiculous the things he could do with football. And he still can. Yes, he's had injury problems. Yes, he's, had a few, problems off the pitch and just a bit stop-start. But he was good in the World Cup. I'm not doubting his stature. But in terms of what you were saying, that, like, to make my theories align, my theory is Harry Kane is better value for money than Neymar. Paying Neymar when you're not sure how he's going to fit into this squad, you're not sure with Eric Ten Hag trying to build a team, is now the right time to bring in a superstar. We've done it with Paul Pogba. We've done it with Ronaldo. How many more warning signs do you want? Like, it's just the wrong time for us. In a different time for Man United, when we were what we were, yeah, we can do that. But even like superstars in general, we made Ronaldo a superstar. Do you know what I mean? We didn't make Pogba a superstar, but he started with us, went off and came back a superstar. Fair enough. Zlatan, bit different. He's a bit of an anomaly but he is a superstar as well, to be fair. He did his thing in the latter stages of his career. But we don't need Neymar right now. Like, if he could just come for free and nothing, and would he make your team better and just put him in the team somewhere? Yeah, but that's not how football works. There's a massive amount of resource that has to go into getting Neymar. There's a massive amount of infrastructure that has to go into facilitating a player who, let's just go through the superstars. Well, Ronaldo's a superstar, but obviously he's on his way out. Messi's a superstar, coming to the end of it. Mbappe, Pogba's almost done with all the injuries, but he still goes down as a superstar. But Neymar's ahead of him as a superstar. Neymar's probably the 3rd/4th superstar.
Well, for a while, he was definitely considered the number 3, wasn't he?
100% behind Messi and Ronaldo.
Behind Messi
but now, obviously, Mbappe.
But even that, Mbappe's ahead of Neymar, you know. And this is the thing with the Kane thing too, is that, you know, people said, oh, but if you're willing to spend 100 million quid plus high wages, it could be high wages if Harry Kane came in, no doubt about it. But you know what you're getting. Like, you know you're getting 20 plus goals because he's done it. He's done it this season. Neymar this season, he's had injuries. He has injuries every season. And, you know, some people come to the Premier League and do well. Some people don't, honestly. You know, and also as well, I just looked at his wages in pounds per week. This is base salary, right? Forget add-ons and everything. Base salary in pounds, £606,000 per week.
Let's get Neymar. We ain't got no money and we don't know who's going to own us. Let's get Neymar.
Even if we did we'll take 50%, it's still over £300,000 a week
for a loan.
Base salary. And again, not even necessarily with bonuses and all that kind of stuff. And if you start getting into, but I tell you what, with the shirts that could be sold and the commercial stuff, that'll pay for it in itself. That's Glazonomics.
100%.
That is Glazonomics.
Like,
exactly.
We're supposed to be doing things differently. Big up Rich says, to be honest, look at City. What superstars have they bought other than Haaland? Majority of their purchases could have been afforded by any of the top 6. And Haaland's like a weird superstar, because I think now he's at City and is going to win like the big trophies. He's going to be the superstar. Obviously, like he's the hot topic. Like when he was at Dortmund scoring all them goals, and
but he wasn't.
But it's not the
superstar. He was like, this is gonna be like the next guy. Probably.
This kid's gonna be one, but now he's gonna start turning into it.
Yeah.
Because he's still only at, no disrespect, he was still only at Dortmund. Before that, he was only at Chelsea.
City have turned people into superstars. Look at, like you said, people. I mean, Haaland was already on his way, but then you look at other people. David Silva went a superstar before he went there. Kevin De Bruyne, he'd flopped, if you want to call it, at Chelsea. He'd gone to Wolfsburg, and they turned him into Kevin De Bruyne. Vincent Kompany, that was even before all the takeover money. He was at Anderlecht. You know what I mean? These people, they're on the way up. Yeah. Edison, he was good at Benfica, but Benfica, you know what I mean? It wasn't like, you know, it wasn't like, we're going to get
Grealish is becoming star-like, just the way they paint him in the meet, that he's that guy.
Yeah.
Jack the lad, excuse the pun. He's on the mic. He's quirky. He says how he feels. But now he's starting to play to that level that Pep wants him to. He's becoming a superstar. But at Aston Villa, I'm not saying he was the best player there, but he wasn't this. So this is like, so Richard's point is right. Like, they don't, Rodri, another one, arguably the best in that role in the world of what he does.
Hill says Aguero, same.
100%.
On the way up.
Superstar Atletico, was he? He was on the way up.
These are players that everyone around Europe wanted at the time, and City managed to win the race, but they weren't at Neymar level already. You know what I mean?
We're bringing in someone who's been that for the last 10 years, well, more probably. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Just under 10 years, I should say, actually, probably a little bit less, but at least a decade, let's say. Let's just round off a decade as being like a superstar. You know, when it was MSN at flipping Barcelona in prime Pep, not Pep, sorry.
Enrique.
Who was the manager then? Did Pep have them 3?
No, it was Enrique, wasn't it?
Enrique, that's it. Like when it was prime Barca, well, not prime Barca was the Pep one, but you get what I'm saying. When it was MSN and them 3 were
still
just
won a Champions League,
ridiculous. Like you couldn't talk to them. So look, I get it, but I just Neymar, we can't. We've got to learn. We've got to. That'll just be the stupidest, but also most Man United thing that we could do. We need a number 9.
We don't have any money, and we just go, we're going to make one signing, Neymar. You go, even that's the opposite of what we need. You know what I mean?
I would say on record, I don't care, clip this, whatever. There is no chance in hell we're getting Neymar. No chance in hell.
I don't think so.
Not with the club where it is. Not. We couldn't even. Do you know what? We can't even afford it. Actually,
no.
Even if the Glazers were, but we can't even afford Neymar. We just had to buy Wout Weghorst, guys. Wake up and smell the coffee. Like, we can't get Neymar to anyone who thinks we can. I just no. I just can't see it. I cannot see it.
And
if it happens, I will be. Knock me over, mate. Like,
this is the thing as well. Lots of people going, it's a loan. It's a loan. If it's a loan, yeah, that's to me almost even worse, because realistically, we could just be getting Neymar for a season for no other reason apart from we'd have Neymar. Yeah. Is it going to work out? Is there an option to buy?
About longevity, yeah.
Is there an option to buy? No. You know, and you know, and even this is the thing. Sometimes when people go, "Oh, it's a loan," there's almost this implication that there's no money attached to it. There absolutely is money attached to loan. There's loads of, like, not even just the wages. Sometimes there is still fees paid. Some people go, "Well, if you want to take my play, you're still going to have to give me this amount of money, pay for a season." You know, like you said, it flies in the face of everything that's sort of been put out there about United at the moment when it comes to the amount of money that isn't available. It's not the right move for us. It's not. Now, don't get me wrong. If we were taken over by Sheikh Jassim and and suddenly our transfer budget opened up, you know, you never know. But even so, they've been saying that irrespective of all of the takeover stuff, honestly, from an FFP point of view, there's not really a lot that we can do anyway, takeover or not, this summer. We've got 100 million to spend plus player sales. So, you know, put it this way: what would you rather have? Would you rather have, you know, a Neymar and then maybe like a young striker, or would you rather have like a Harry Kane plus another striker, plus a midfielder, plus a defender? What we actually need? What we actually need.
Show Rama says it's not even about the money; it's just a completely wrong profile of player. And that's I agree with that. And again, people can sometimes, if you're not listening to what's being said, you go, "What? So you're saying Neymar's not better than Sancho? So you're saying Neymar's not better than Anthony? So you're saying Neymar's not better than Bruno? So you're saying Neymar's not better than Martial? You're saying Neymar's not better than Rashford?" It's not about that, because in isolation, yes, he is. Yeah, in isolation. But in terms of what the team needs, and in terms of actually building a team where we can get other positions filled, you don't go and get Neymar if you're not financially stable, you don't know who your owners are going to be, and you've been told you've only got 100 million plus player sales to buy players, and your number 9, who's supposed to be a number 9, has been out for bloody 85% of the season, probably 90% of the season. You don't go and get Neymar as your first, as a marquee signing the next window. I just can't see it. There is a poll in the chat so far. 73% are saying no, United should not buy or loan Neymar, and 27% are saying yes. And latest member of the UV crew, Tom A. Big up to you. Welcome to UV Members Club. Nice to have you aboard, Tom. SK Mazid, been a member for 1 month. Big up to you. Thank you. Says Eric Ten Hag had to deal with many obstacles in the season. We can't afford egotistic players like Neymar / Mbappe. Seems like we didn't learn from our past mistakes. Exactly. And I'm not saying like to try and, like people try and paint these players with a brush and say, oh, they're just a bad egg and they're just this and they're just that. I'm not trying to slag off like the personality of the players. You know what I'm saying? These are superstars. These are people who have done a lot in the game. Like,
oh yes, it's not down like Neymar's crap. You know, yeah. It's not like, you know what I mean? Because sometimes again, that's what people will take from it. You'll say that you're saying Neymar's rubbish.
Yeah, and I'm not saying
and you're like, no, it's just we as fans, it's almost like we can't criticize the club. For instance, because we've criticized Ed Woodward for all of those years making those kind of signings, right? Those sort of Hollywood, like I said, franchise player signings, but we can't. But because again, we've got to be better than it as well. Not be like the Neymar carrot gets dangled in front of us. Go, oh my God, Neymar! Can you imagine if he came to the Premier League and we'd be the club to have him? Oh, amazing! We've got to be like, no, like look at who has done well. when it comes to actually competing and winning the Premier League over the last decade. It's been teams, again, like City, like we were saying before, that have picked up sort of developing players and turned them into stars, or the hottest sort of emerging talents throughout Europe or the world and turned them into stars. Even Liverpool, they did the same. Their team was not built upon superstars when they won the league and won the Champions League. It was built upon players that were emerging through Europe and were the sort of best players coming into their prime around Europe, whether it was Alisson or whether it was Mo Salah, or whether it was Sadio Mane, or whether it is turning Firmino into a false nine, or even Van Dijk, right? He's in the Premier League, though, wasn't a global superstar or anything like that. Like, that's how you win things. That's how you create teams. Frankly, that's how Manchester United's been built upon their success when it came to Sir Alex. It was picking the best players from the Premier League, but it wasn't like superstars or anything like that. Did Sir Alex go after like global sort of juggernauts or whatever?
No, he didn't.
Really?
He made them. Ruud van Nistelrooy wasn't that. Just waited. He had done his knee, went back in for him, and then turned him into one of the best strikers the Premier League's ever seen. I mean, Mozan says, this has got to be the worst takes in history. We are allergic to quality, I swear. So, Mozan, let me know straight after that. So you're saying Neymar becomes available. It doesn't matter about money. It doesn't matter about what you need. It doesn't matter about who owns you. It doesn't matter about other positions. We just take him. Is that what you're saying? Because it's about opinion. We want to get everyone's opinion heard. Fair enough if you're saying that. I completely disagree with you. But it seems like you're saying we're allergic to quality, i.e. as soon as a quality player comes up, Man United fans, we just don't want him. So, because we'd rather have like players who aren't good. So fair enough. By that metric, then we should go and break the bank and go and get Casado for 90 million. We should go and get who else is a stupid amount of money. Let's go and get Osimhen as well. He's 140 million because we don't, it's the quality that we're chasing. Let's just play Football Manager on cheat code, because I think if it was just about quality, we'd have to have the money and that to do it. Someone else said, oh, it's gone now. I don't know where it's gone. I can't find it. Oh, there you go. Mozan says, yes, of course we take him. Haaland, Mbappe becomes available. Would you rather have McFred play or keep Maguire? That's not. Come on. Mozan.
What? These are good. I mean, that is real apples to oranges comparison.
Mozan, what? Bro, what? Come on, man. It's early, bro. You can't do this to be this early. You're trolling.
I want to sign Erling Haaland and Kylian Mbappe to play centre midfield together, or centre back.
Mozan, big up to you though. You're part of the community, so we love you. But I don't know, mate. I don't know. I don't know what you're having for breakfast, but it don't make no sense what you're saying. Of course, we take him. So that's the first thing. He's saying, of course we take him. Of course we take him. You cannot tell me that Ronaldo was at fault for our downfall. Of course, it's Maguire and McFred. You've lost me. It's like Love says there, bro. Mozan, it's early, bro. It's early. It's early. You know what I'm saying? Fair enough if you think we should get Neymar, but you're saying mad stuff. You're saying mad stuff after that. You are. Our summer budget is around 200 million euros, including player sales. So Kane, Kim Min-jae, Lavia, 2 free agent signings will be better for the window. And that's what I mean. We got to get this window right. And we need, we're not, I know we've laughed at KG a couple of times saying one player away, one striker away, we are not one player away from doing anything. We're not.
No.
We're not. If we signed this one player, say we just signed Kane, or we just signed Osimhen, or we just signed Vlahovic, because I know people get in their feelings when they go, stop pushing the Kane agenda. So if we just signed a striker, what would happen to us? What would we do? What would we do? Same again?
I mean, there's an argument to say, obviously, we would be better this season. Maybe. We'd have more goals. But at the same time, and again, I talk about this a lot when it comes to transfers. It's obviously, look, we're United fans. We only focus on United. But at the same time, whenever we be because I think the narrative of being one player away is working on the assumption that everyone around us remains the same.
Yeah.
Because we sort of, we look at it, and I've said it before. If we had 20 extra goals this season, we'd have qualified for the Champions League ages ago, and all that kind of stuff. And it's true, but at the same time, we can't afford to make just sort of incremental, tiny steps, because everyone around us, we know the money that's in the Premier League. They're all going to make big steps, or at least try to, this summer. We just saw Newcastle last night qualify for the Champions League. They've got now the license to spend big, but even they, and this is the interesting point too. Do you think Newcastle would get Neymar on loan? They could afford it if they wanted to. I mean, they've got FFP restrictions. Do you think they would? I don't think they would. I think they'd be like, no, upset the apple cart. Eddie, how, it's not the right profile of player that we're looking for. Yes, of course, from a commercial point of view, that would put Newcastle even more on the map than we already are. But I don't really know if they're going to do that. And if they did do that, I think most people would say that's what they've got to be careful of. You don't want to do those sort of big marquee, big name signings, whatever. That's the risk. That's Man City when they first started. That's getting Robinho in, and it didn't work out, that kind of thing, right? So I don't even think Newcastle would do it. But then again, those teams around us, we keep saying this, don't they? Like Liverpool this season, looks like, fingers crossed, they're just going to miss out on the top 4. But they'll be back next season. They're going to do signings in the summer. Who are they getting? Alexis McAllister, most likely, a couple of others. So they'll be better. If they continue this form that they've had towards the end of this season into next season, they'll have a lot more points than they've got this season. Like, that's just that's what happened. Chelsea, who knows? So the point is that if we sign just one player, a Harry Kane, would we be better than this season? Of course we would, but we'd still have our shortcomings. And with everyone else being better around us,
yeah, exactly.
That's the problem.
Yeah. I think, like, again, to reiterate where we are right now, and not even just that, with where we've been in the past, you have to learn. Like, you have to learn from your mistakes. When you're trying to build a squad, when we've got so many things to fix, you don't bring in someone like that. You just don't do it. You don't do it. Especially when you'd have to break the bank, and would be like Barca trying to pull all kind of economic levers to get him through the door. Why? So I mean, we're struggling to even get the players that we actually need. We've got a penny pinch and sell players and raise money and stuff like that. We don't even know who's going to own the club. Ahmed says Neymar is the type of player that would go MIA often to party it up in Brazil. Hells no. And again, I don't know loads of, like, I don't want to just go on as like his personal life or things like that. No. But I know you do read things and stuff like that, and you see certain things. But even just, and I respect what you're saying, Ahmed. Thank you for the super chat. But just from a footballing perspective, it just doesn't make sense for us with where the squad is. It just doesn't.
And also, look, again, I'm still seeing in some of the in the comments, some people saying the reasons you've given are the exact reasons not to get Harry Kane. And again, I disagree with that, because the way I look at it is, if you offered any of these top clubs in the Premier League an opportunity or said you can sign Harry Kane tomorrow, I think the majority of them,
everyone but City, would say
they'd say yes. Yeah. If you did the
Arsenal
same with
for
Neymar,
obvious reasons, but for footballing, in terms of could they get him?
Yeah, they'd say yes. I think if you did the same with Neymar, you can sign Neymar tomorrow. I don't think everyone says yes. I think everyone goes, I don't know. They have that reaction.
Is it?
Whereas with Harry Kane, they go, yeah.
That's true. Which is crazy, because again, if you talk about the ability of the footballer, obviously Neymar's got way more ability than him. But saying that, if you look at, I know Neymar's had a lot of time out, but what are their goal records over the last 6 years?
That's what I mean. They're still, Harry Kane's still doing it.
Yeah.
Premier League.
Neymar's not a striker, so someone's going to say, of course he hasn't got 30 goals in all competitions every season for the last however many seasons, because he's a creative player. He's a winger. He's a number 10. He's a bit of a free spirit. He's a bit of a free roamer sometimes. When you in that team that is bloody Neymar, Mbappe, Messi, it's ridiculous. To the point where they were losing big Champions League games, and people are like, is it because you just got 3 superstars who don't want to work? It doesn't work. PSG are dismantling that setup. They're abandoning it
because it hasn't worked.
Because it hasn't worked. Like, do you know what I mean?
they're saying Messi, he's going to go at the end of the season. You know what I mean? Why? Because it's not working. Like Neymar, they're trying to actively get rid of Neymar. Remember as well, they're trying to actively get rid of him. Why? Because they're like, it's not working. This setup does not work. Again, I'm getting all of, like you said, Harlem Globetrotter view does not work. And that's why they're trying to dismantle that project. And I just, for me, I don't see the comparison between Neymar and for the same reason not getting Neymar is the same reason you shouldn't get Harry Kane. I don't think that's
they're not
apt comparison.
Yeah. I think that's an easy way just to try and come back at someone because they disagree with you that you shouldn't get Neymar. Like you can't. That's not the same. That is not the same at all. They're incomparable. They're incomparable as players in terms of what we need, what this squad actually must have. You know, arguably our left winger, not arguably, our left winger has been our best player this year. Well, I'm not saying Marcus Rashford must get the best player of the year, but he scored all the goals. He literally went through that period and scored all of our goals. You know, and he did it in all competitions as well. You know, but we need Neymar now instead of him. Like, what, you know, come on. And I'm not saying, again, what, so you're saying Rashford's better than Neymar? I'm not saying that. But right now, with how he's playing versus what Neymar's done in the last year and, you know, the consistency and just being available and being there and having the hunger and the desire, coming into Man United every day. And, you know, would Neymar have that? What would Neymar have to prove?
It's what we need. It's what we need, isn't it? Do we need another? Do we need Neymar? And you go, no. Do we need a striker? Not even saying it's Harry Kane. Do we need a striker? Yes. You know, do we need a midfielder? Yes. Do we need another centre back? Yes.
Is Neymar any of them?
Another goalkeeper is a bigger priority than getting Neymar in.
Oh,
that's how low down in terms of a priority thing it is. And you can say, oh yeah, but it's Neymar's available. It doesn't matter. Like there are other people available that we need more.
Do you know what, Fadil?
We're not talking about Bruno. We're not talking about Bruno Fernandes.
Big up Fadil, and for Fadil only, yes, Bruno's better than Neymar. There you go. Let's just fight fire with fire. Let's just do silly for silly. Let's do tit for tat. So for your comment, big up to you, Fadil. Yes, Bruno is better than Neymar. That's what we're saying. You've listened to all of that, and that's what you've taken from it. That's what we're saying. So you know what? Big up you, Fadil. I am telling you, Bruno is better than Neymar. There you go. Clip that. I'd rather have Bruno every day of the week over Neymar. Yes, I would. We need a creative winger for the striker to score goals, but maybe not Neymar. Yeah, that's a different. Yeah, okay. You could. Yeah, that's a different argument. That's a different topic and point, isn't it? Raised that basically you're arguing that the type of left winger that we have isn't creative enough for someone like Kane. Fair play.
Flex, are you telling me that Diogo Dalot is better than Neymar? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I'd rather have him every day of the week. Yeah, I would.
Are you telling me Darren Gibson's better than Neymar? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Well, yeah, I am. Yeah, he's, you know, he gets what it is to play for Man United. Yeah.
Are you telling me the De Silva twins are better than Neymar?
They're better Brazilians than he is, yeah. Yeah.
Are you telling me you'd rather have Thomas Kuszczak than Neymar?
Yeah, humble beginnings. Every day he came in at Man United, Thomas Kuszczak, he understood what it was to play for Man United. He got it.
Are you saying we should re-sign Sir Philip Jones than Neymar?
Yeah. Yeah, why not? Why not?
This fan base, I don't understand. Yeah. Don't understand. Deluded Fleck, you are.
Ahmad says Neymar is the type of player that would go. Oh no, I said that one already. He also says if PSG are trying to get rid of Neymar, then it's simply the case that United's name is being used to generate interest in him. But are you saying Neymar's not good enough to play for Man United? What, you wouldn't take him? What, you're not interested? They're just using us for interest, but what, you're not interested, Ahmad? You're not interested in Neymar? You're off your rocker. Big up you, Ahmad. Classic strategy over the years. Clubs, agents want more player movement / new contract, then leak a fake story to go viral. No need to panic. What, we should be panicking. Loads of people don't even want him. Well, you don't even want him. This is Neymar. There should be panic, PS. PS, postscript, actually, to add on to the end of what you're saying, you should be panicking. Neymar is available and you don't want him. All you're interested in is clubs, agents, and driving up the fee, and you don't want Neymar.
You know what? All of this Neymar talk is making me, not me actually, I'm hearing from KG. It's making KG so angry that he's turning into the Incredible Hulk, Flex. Look at him.
What was he thinking yesterday, man?
The green machine. The best thing was is that like everything else, all the other colours stayed the same apart from his hat and his face.
Yeah.
Look, he's still got a white shirt.
KG, man. Honestly, he's just something else. Smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. We spent 40 minutes talking about a transfer that we kind of all know is not going to happen, actually.
No.
To be fair. But it was interesting to see some people's reactions. Whether they were real or not, I don't know. Whether it's trolling or not, I don't know. But it is good to talk about. It is good to hear. Glazers over Neymar fleck. You can't win, bro. Yeah, exactly. You can't win. You can't win, bro. You can't win, love. Big up.
By the way, Flex as well. Obviously, I don't know if people watched the Newcastle game last night. They drew with Leicester, so they've qualified for the Champions League. What does it mean for us, though? What it does mean is we could finish third.
Yeah.
If we win our next 2 games, if we beat Chelsea, first of all, we just need to get a point. First.
Just get the
point.
Get
the point.
Just get the point.
You know what I mean? Don't get too ahead of yourself, you know, for that kind of thing. And realistically, is there a big difference between finishing third and finishing fourth?
It looks better and sounds great, but that's why I honestly don't care.
It's a bit more money.
Obviously, if I can
prize money.
Yeah. Is it? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Prize money.
It's incremental. It's slight change in it. It's, if anything, like I want to win both games. Like Minna said, she said we were going to get 12 points in this run, and she's on for that. Yeah. I get it, but in the context of our season, it doesn't matter. The way we've crawled over the line, it's not it's not like we got form together at the right point in terms of just make sure we win. In terms of how we're playing, it's no different.
I wouldn't even say it's massive form. This is what I've been saying after the last few games.
It's only form because it's just win-win. Like,
Like realistically, from the performances against Brighton, West Ham, Wolves, and Bournemouth, they've all been the same performance.
Yeah,
essentially.
In a couple of other games, two mistakes were punished and we couldn't recover. The other ones we didn't make any mistakes. So Wolves
and it's the opponent. Wolves at home,
you
can play like that and you'll win. Bournemouth away, you can play like that, you'll probably win. Chelsea at home. Look,
I think it could be a draw. You know, we always draw against Chelsea.
It's so weird, isn't it? Because there's this innate thing to be like, got to be a bit weary of Chelsea because they're Chelsea, and you look at their team sheet and you go, oh, got to be a bit weary of them. But I watched them play against City, and I know anyone can get dismantled against City, but Chelsea are awful. Yeah, they are so.
They actually had quite a lot of chances. A few chances.
Poor Flex. They're terrible.
Yeah, they are terrible.
I've seen them in some of their other games recently, like when they played like Forest at home. They're bad.
Awful.
They're proper.
And they've given up as well. Like there's nothing for them.
They remind me of us last season. You know, like to what those last 3 or 4 games of us last season, where they are literally just it's a match day. We've got to play.
Apart from theirs lasted pretty much 2/3 of the season.
The moment they went out of the Champions League, essentially.
Against Real Madrid, and it just literally madness. And I was looking at Spurs the other day. I can't believe how many points we are ahead of them. Like they just went away so quick. Like
they just stopped. They just literally just stopped.
That draw, man. Honestly, that draw pissed me off.
And also as well, this again, you forget with Spurs, isn't it? Is that like for what should we say, like a third of the season? Like they were in the top 4. I mean, for a brief period, they weren't like a million miles behind City and Arsenal. At the beginning of the season, got Conte, and people are going, they're not playing well, but they keep winning. But this is the trauma that United fans have and they were saying it to Spurs fans at the time. I think even we said it about Spurs at the time. Is that whole you're not playing that well, but you keep scraping through games? That is not sustainable. That will come back and that will get you because eventually the wheels will fall off. That's what happened to us last season. That's what happened to Spurs this season. But steering back to it with us, obviously get the point. But if you can finish third, again, shifting back to the beginning of the season, we're talking about what can we achieve? If we'd have said, look, obviously top 4 is top 4, but if we said third, Carabao Cup, FA Cup final, you'd be like,
oh, you'd have taken it. You'd have taken any form of top 4 with that, 100%. Yeah. And it looks better on paper. It sounds nicer, but we still have to win 2. And you know what we're like. I don't know. I've got a feeling we'll probably scrape through Chelsea in the draw. But it would hide. Yeah, essentially that Man United are the 3rd best team in the league, is what you would say at the end of the league. But it's like, But if we had to play any of the big boys right now, we'd get our asses handed to us. If we had to go to Newcastle away now,
We lose.
We'd get fucking rinsed. If we had to play Aston Villa away now, I know we got rinsed at these places anyway, but if we had to go play there now, we'd get rinsed. If we had to go to Everton away, I would argue that would, we could get
to finish third in the honestly, to finish third in the Premier League and not beat anyone basically apart from Fulham in the top half away from home is actually mental.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
And to say that we conceded less goals than Arsenal.
Yeah, to say that.
And we got the most clean sheets.
Most clean sheets. But essentially against a good team, we haven't won away from home.
No.
And we still came, and we could still come third.
Third best team in the Premier League and only beat one team in the top half.
Essentially, come third based entirely on a home record. That's very good.
And actually, that is why when it comes to stats, like Luxil says, the Prem's actually broken. You can't look at stats for everything. Because if you hadn't watched a game this season and you just looked at the table and went, wow, so after 38 games, Man United finished third, got the Golden Glove, least clean sheets, and conceded less than some of the teams above them. Wow, they must be bloody good, isn't it? And I'm not saying we're not decent, but that's what we are. We're decent. We're not good. Yeah.
I feel like we peaked around sort of January, February time. I feel like we really peaked in terms of we were playing some really good football at home. You backed us to beat anyone. You still back us to give everyone a game at home, certainly. But at the moment, there is just like we said it even after we lost to West Ham. There is this feeling of just just falling over the line, just getting over there at the moment. We are still at the moment. We're not playing our best football that we've played this season. 100%.
It does, and I know it's because Ten Hag played all the players and all the games, and he wanted to take everything seriously, and I get that. But we did look absolutely knackered at points. Like we were really because we were playing so many games. It's part of going a distance, isn't it? But especially when your squad isn't there yet in terms of playing in all them competitions. So we have to play the same starting team because as soon as we deviated from the main starting team, which actually for long periods actually had Weghorst in it. Let's be real.
Well, yeah. And also as well, we're talking about sort of, goals and all that kind of stuff. But like the moment that Marcus Rashford's level dropped from being one of the most informed players in Europe, we kind of just went, we're not scoring any goals anymore. We're not scoring any more goals because it was literally just Rashford getting at least a goal a game or maybe even more than that. And that would be when we score multiple goals. Now, we're almost looking at if we win games. I know we beat Wolves 2-0, but that was a goal from Garnacho right at the end. It's like a lot of the time it is those sort of 1-0 games and sort of just getting through them.
We're good at doing that, just getting through and, kind of seeing the game out. We've got a lot of quite clean. Well, we've got the most clean sheets, as you can see. So a lot of times we weren't conceding goals in games and just nicking it, Like Lux says there, 324 likes, which I know is a bit more than that now. Disgracing cheats. Come on, guys. Over 1.5K watching, nearly 1,200K watching. And we've got 352 likes. Please hit that like button and support us. If we can get to 500 likes before we wrap up in a sec, that would be amazing. Karen Moore says, United are experts at making crap teams look good. Yeah, I mean, because literally look at stuff. We said it. That's why. That Spurs one, to let them come back. And I said, after that, I know they end up losing against Liverpool in dramatic fashion. But after that, they come back against Man United. We knew they were just going to be crap every week after that. Just shit.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what they've been. Like, that Brentford game, Jesus. They are... look, Brentford went 1-0 down and just run up on them. Villa went there, I think, 1-2-0, easy.
Without Ivan Toney as well.
Didn't Southampton beat them there as well?
Bournemouth beat them there as well.
Bournemouth, sorry. Everyone's gone and had to go there. But Man United will rock up.
Not only that, Flex, they lost to Brentford, and it was their last home game of the season, so they're doing the whole, walk around the pitch. There was no one there. Everyone left. Harry Kane did a speech, and there was nobody there.
Did he do a speech?
Yeah, well, I think they gave him some award and all this kind of stuff, Yeah. There's nobody there. And somehow, and this is only United can do this, somehow we managed to galvanize a fan base, a group of fans that hates their club. By the end of it, they were screaming when the Spurs go marching in. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah,
They hate them. They hate them. We managed to get them to cheer.
They booed him off for half time, Owen. They were booing him.
I was like, they can't stand this group of players or Daniel Levy. And at full time, they're going, when the Spurs go, no, I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my God.
It's mad, isn't it?
Ugh.
It was mental. So, yeah, look, yeah, it just shows you, innit? Like with that team, you just never know what you're gonna get.
But on the flip side of it, us at home, we're excellent. You know, I think
we're excellent.
we haven't conceded a goal at home for I think it's 6 or 7 games. That hasn't been done since 2010.
Exactly.
You know, and the people we've beaten everyone at home this season.
We're solid. And even if we play great, we still get it done, that is the old Man United as well. That's shades of that in terms of, obviously we're nowhere near the old Man United, but as you're looking at individual traits of you can't demolish teams, but you're just going to make sure you nick it and you keep a clean sheet and not give away too many chances. We've been doing that. And I did predict a while ago, I did say if we can set up the Thursday night game where that game is to get the top 4, I thought it would be a win, to be honest, but now it's only a draw. You know, I'm expecting us to go and do Chelsea. I really am. Weirdly, it can be we could draw though, because that's just that Chelsea thing. Again, we make the rubbish teams get away with it a bit and nip and tuck, just tight. But I think if we score the first goal, we'll beat Chelsea.
Or just a bit like last night with Newcastle and Leicester, where it's any other point of the season, Newcastle probably smashed Leicester, but it was a bit of a weird game.
They were all over them, and then they just.
But at the end, they don't care because they're it's a point with that.
And you know what? But no, part of me though is I don't want us to do that. I don't want to get greedy because ultimately the biggest thing is just get the point and get top 4. I get that.
Yeah.
Like this Chelsea team deserves a beating off us, man. All them times, isn't it the most drawn fixture?
Yeah. I remember
draw with these lot.
I remember doing a combined 11 with Matisse earlier on this season, right? And because some of the players he was trying to get in there at the time, he was telling me that Kepa was the best goalkeeper out of the 2 squads.
That's what I mean. And we don't even want the head to stay.
Some of the things he was trying to say to me.
Yeah. Well, in a combined 11, who obviously they've been crap, but who would you take?
Out of Chelsea's team at the moment?
Yeah.
Well, I'll flip it back to you because I know players you would take. you would take Kante, right? Of all this talk about the age.
Not as first, not as the first one.
Would you take Kovacic?
Yes.
Who else would you take out of that team?
I would. Is
Kovacic in the only player you take? Would you take Thiago Silva?
There's no longevity in it, so no. But he's a GOAT of a generation. He's played in generations of football.
He's still their best defender.
100%. So on that, it's I'd have him in my squad, but it's
Enzo Fernandez.
Who?
Enzo.
He's just all right, mate. Honestly,
you sold on
him? Huh?
No, you're not sold on him.
I'm not sold on him, mate. I think he's all right. He's in the World Cup. He had Rodrigo de Paul doing all the running for him. You know what I mean? It was great. And I know you say Kante could do it for him and all that, but he wasn't. He's not it. I don't think he's it like people think he's it. I think he's just okay.
I think he's better next season
all day long. Yeah, he'd be better. But I don't think he's ever going to be amazing. I just think he's all right. Reece James, 1,000,000,000,000%. I think Reece James is wicked.
He's got to tell you what though, with him, I agree. Injuries they're an issue. He gets injured a lot, and it's not even one of those ones. So sometimes as fans we go, "Oh, that person's injury prone," and they're not really. He is legitimately.
Don't you dare say that, show Rahman. Big man Kovacic, average.
Legitimately, Flex wants to sign him in the summer, don't you?
Straight up now, 15 mil. Give me 15 mil, and I'll take it.
Kovacic for 15 mil.
Yeah. Yeah, he ain't signed it. Wait, is he going on a free? Or
I think he's going on a free. I think he's got 1 year left. I think.
How much would Kovacic cost?
But more than 15 mil, even with 1 year left.
Obviously, money wise, but I'm just saying as the player though, walk in and start in our team. Wicked player, wicked.
Yeah, 2024.
Still sick. No, I'm not on crack, show Rahman. You're on crack if you think Kovacic is some basic baller. What, you think he's some long stuff or something? You're mad.
Kovacic or Rabiot, Flex?
Kovacic. All 1,000,000,000,000,000% every day on the week on Sunday, up and down.
If our midfield signings this summer were Kovacic and Sabitzer, would you say yes?
Nah, because Sabitzer's not the one, man. Kovacic is completely happy having the ball, can evade challenges, can get you playing. You know what I mean? Can drive with the ball. Sabitzer's not. If it was Kovacic and then another like young, like another athletic, combative, you know, good 6, then yeah.
Just turned 29, Kovacic.
Kovacic is wicked. Wicked. Can't stress it enough. Don't put disrespect on Kovacic's name. He is wicked.
Like Chris says, are you saying you'd rather have Kovacic in centre mid than Neymar?
Yes, I would, because he's going to work his socks off. Not going to do rainbow flicks over a man's head. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. And I'll take Fofana in my team. I like him. I think he's good.
Do you have injury issues as well?
Going to be a good player. Badiashil's going to be a good player. So it's weird because Chelsea got a lot of players who you think actually can, you know what I mean?
Well,
Mudryk, we don't know. Like once he gets settled and stuff like that, he's got a lot of good attributes and he's really young. João Felix is my guy. You know what I mean? People will write him off now and say he's crap because he's only scored 1 goal or something like that. But look at the state of Chelsea Football Club. Look at the state of it. He's only even been playing since Frank Lampard's come. I don't think he likes him. Like it's just, do you know what I mean? Mason Mount, is he injured or just don't ever play no more?
Mason Mount's a weird one. I think, but pretty much all of the top teams in the Premier League near enough want him. Like you hear Arsenal want him.
He'll go somewhere, get his confidence back, and he'll be back to the Mason Mount that was doing all right at Chelsea. I mean,
I wouldn't.
Right. Anyway, guys, smash the like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new. I need to hurry up and leave because I need to be on time for FIFA, which is at 11:30. So join us. Rocky season, bad season, but
Rocky, that's an understatement.
Rocky season, bad season. We're going to make some adjustments in the summer. We've got our formation. We're going to get player specific. We're going to do the training. We're going to do everything. One, season just to find ourselves and settle down. So we got that later on. And Flex and KG show this evening at 6 as well. So yes.
By the way, when it comes to the FIFA, when this stream ends, you'll be directed straight to that stream. So all you have to do, once you get there, you can set yourself a reminder. You can click the like button. You can just leave it open. You can come back to it in an hour and a half. It's all done for you.
Let's set a challenge, please. There's 1,000 of you watching now. Go over to that FIFA stream and give it 200 likes before it starts. I challenge you. 200 likes on the FIFA stream before it starts. Or we're not doing it. That's not true. But
that's not true.
That's not true. I just want an experiment. I just want to see if we can do it. That would be sick. It'd be sick, you know. And lastly, Love says injuries ruin players with Leacher. Are you worried? I think he'll be all right. I don't think it's, it was a bone one, wasn't it? It wasn't a muscular thing. It was
metatarsal,
wasn't it? Yeah. So as long as
that usually come back,
it'll be fine. When it's muscular and ACL and things like that, I know that's a bit more complex. But I think it'll be fine. It'll be absolutely fine. Yeah. Right, smash the like on the video, guys, and I'll see you again in an hour and a half. Take care. Peace. Haven't got the outro ready yet. Peace.